Hi, Miss Mallory here again with the Quine Street Project, here to bring you drama. And today we are going to go over constructive feedback, rehearsal, and performance. So if we were in class, if we were to see each other in class today, this would be our last class, and we'd be rehearsing, practicing our play, and we would be doing the final performance for your fellow classmates, another class, maybe other teachers or parents. But before we go into the lesson today, let's go ahead and review what we did last time. So last time we went over world theater and masks. So we learned about Commedia dell'arte masks, no masks from Japan. We also went over tech and design. So we went over what it means to be a set designer, a costume designer, stage manager, lights and sound, and I explained that activity, and we even drew our own set design and costume design. So that's what we did last time. All right, so let's go ahead and check in. So how are you feeling today? Think about how you feel today. Tell me one word that describes how you're feeling and match it with a gesture that describes it as well. All right. For me today, I am feeling happy. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and warm up. First off, I want you to reach above your heads. Act like there's candy in the ceiling. So reach your hands up above your head. You can even act like you're climbing a rope. Now, wiggle your fingers. Drop your fingers. Drop your wrists. Drop your elbows. And then drop your shoulders. Now, take a crayon. This is a crayon in my head. Put it on top of your head, like this, and draw some circles with your head, with that crayon, onto the ceiling. Draw 4 circles. Now do it the other way 4 times. Very slowly. Now, I want you to take that crayon, take it off of your head, break it in half, and stick each half on your shoulders. Here and one here. Now, draw circles on both sides of the room with the crayons on your shoulders. Let's do 4 backwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 4 forwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just heard some bones cracking. Okay, now take these crayons, put them back together. Just put it away for now. Set it to the side. Now, I want you to give me a superhero chest. So what does a superhero chest look like? For me, a superhero chest is nice and big and proud and powerful. So let's do superhero chest. Now let's do a villain chest. Villain kind of just gets small and tiny and evil, right? Now let's go back to superhero chest. Big and proud and out, and then villain chest. And small. Shrink. Now, superhero chest again. Now, villain chest. Superhero chest. Now, villain chest. Oh, okay. Good job. Now, I want you to create a ball of energy in between your hands like this. So, clap your hands, use your hands. Now, clap them together and create a warm ball of energy until it becomes nice and warm. Okay. Now wake up your body with this ball of energy. Start off with your head, back of your head, your face, your arms, shoulders. Let's go to your chest. Go like this. Ah. Now go to your belly and your back and your hips and your thighs. Now your legs and your calves. Even to your feet. Okay, now I want you to warm up your face. So make your face nice and big like this. Eyes big, mouth big. Now small. Big. Now small. 2 more times. Big. Now small. Big and small. Okay. Now we need to warm up our voices and our mouth. So first, you're going to blow your lips out like a horse, but don't make any sound and don't make any vibrations with your mouth. You just go like this. Now you can play with sound and vibrating your lips. Play with some sound. Okay, now let's go ahead and warm up our voices and this tool here, our face, our body, our mouths. We're going to do this by going through the alphabet. So with every letter that you say, don't just say A. I want you to use your entire face to do the alphabet. So if I say A, it's A. So make sure to use your cheeks and your lips and your nose and your eyes to do the alphabet. We're going to start at the beginning. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So hopefully your cheeks are all warmed up and loosened now. Now, let's get into some tongue twisters. I have a couple for you. If you know them on your own, you can do your own, but I'll start off with a couple. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. Now say it again with me. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. I say it a little bit faster. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. Now let's try this next one. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. You might know this one already. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Let's do it a little bit faster. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? A little bit faster. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? And one more. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. A little bit faster. The big black bug bleeds blue black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. Oh my gosh. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. So if we were in class, we would be rehearsing. Rehearsing means to practice. Every actor rehearses their play, rehearses their lines, their parts with their scene partners and the directors before the play goes on. And they even go through something that is called Tech Week. And for an entire week, it's you performing your lines just for the tech people, just for lights and sound, and for the people who are responsible for like the props, like we were talking about, the things on stage, so that they can mark where the characters are going to be. It's like less acting and more just like performing your lines, and then the light people, like it's a whole process. The light people like practicing the lights on you, making sure that they're in the right spot, you know, in relation to the marks that they have on stage for you to stand. The sound people, they go through all the cues in relation to your lines. It is a long process. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So usually we would be in rehearsal right now, which means to practice. Rehearsal is practice. And during this practice, during rehearsal, you get a lot of feedback. You get a lot of constructive feedback, and it's mostly from your director. Sometimes your fellow actors will give you feedback as well, but that is, I think, one of the things that I've learned most in acting and being in theater is just getting constant feedback from people. And sometimes it hurts and you know, maybe you get a little defensive and you're like, well, I thought that was the best way to do it. But sometimes, you know, it has to be a lot of teamwork. It has to be the director agreeing with your acting choice. And, you know, if you feel really strongly about it, then you can like bring those things up. But it really is a collaborative and team effort. So, you know, you'll have to rehearse and practice your lines in a lot of different ways before you kind of like get down how you really want to say it. And sometimes it might change. So typically right now we would be rehearsing, and there is a rubric or a feedback rubric that we would be giving each other during this rehearsal, and it's different questions. And since we are not rehearsing in class, these are things that I want you to think about when you're watching your next show or movie. So Han says, I am watching. So maybe write this down and have this rubric ready for you, for yourself the next time you're watching something. So I am watching, and then give the name of whatever it is that you're watching. Watch one character at a time and write that character down. So pay attention to their body. How are they walking? So in our, you know, class before last, we talked about movement. Is the character that you're watching walking light or heavy? Do they walk direct or indirect? Now, is the character that you're watching, do they make gestures to support their expression? Are they, you know, when they're doing something like this and they're angry, does that match what they're doing? Or are they doing something like this and they're happy? Does that match up? Is their body movement matching up the emotions that you think that they are trying to express? And finally, how are they relating to other characters? Maybe write down how you think that they are performing dialogue or a narrative. Are they being expressive? Is the subtext matching up with how they're delivering their lines? So feel free to critique and give feedback. I know that you won't be able to give feedback to these actors, but if you could, write down all of the different things that you think that they're doing, you know, to your liking, maybe not to your liking. Just feel free to critique these actors and think about ways that maybe you would do it differently, and things that maybe they could do better, or things that you actually appreciate about their performance. It's a really important part of drama, and just learning how to be an actor yourself is seeing what others do and if you like it and what you can use for yourself. You could also listen to their voice. So is their character voice coming from their belly? Is it very like deep and guttural? Is it coming from their chest? Is it more confident and loud? Is it coming from their nose and sounding very like nasally? Or is it coming from their head? Like, does it sound very light? And what's their volume like? Are they loud? Are they quiet? Are they shy? Those are all things to think about when you are watching different characters. Now let's talk about stage and audience. So you're not always going to be on stage. Sometimes you're going to be in the audience, and the best way to be an audience member is to be a good listener. It's important to pay attention and to be respectful of the people that are on stage. At the end of the, and you know, just to like be quiet, don't answer your phone. If you do, maybe sneak out, very quietly sneak out and answer your phone. But being a respectful audience member is really important. And then at the end of the performance, then you applaud. You can, if you really enjoy the performance, you can get up from your seat and give the actors a standing ovation, which means you really liked it. So you stand up and you clap. Sometimes, depending on the place or the show, you go, woo, yeah, and then you can like yell for the person. I usually end up doing that if I have friends in the show, or if I'm at like a music show or at a concert. I definitely yell afterwards and clap. So being a good audience member is just as important as being a good actor. Now, as far as being on stage goes, for the final performance, what you might do is usually at the end, the actors, what they'll do is they will bow one at a time. So they'll go, you know, they bow, and it's kind of a recognition to the audience, kind of saying thank you for coming, thank you for being respectful, and also just kind of recognizing all of the work, all of the hard work that you've done, all the rehearsals and the, you know, working together, because it's not easy. You know, all of that comes in a bow. So you're kind of saying thank you, and also, wow, I'm really proud of the work that I've been doing. If you are an actor in a show and you are backstage, how you act backstage is also really important. It's not just how you are on stage. It's important to be present. If you're not on the stage and you're waiting to go on stage for your part, it's also really important to be quiet and respectful and not distract the other actors. And then when you actually do get on stage for your part, if someone else is, you know, giving their lines or performing and you are on stage and you can be seen by the audience, it's really important not to just space out or just kind of start looking around, unless that's your character, or just like forget about yourself or to just check your phone. The audience can still see you, and so you have to stay in character while you're on stage, no matter what. If someone is giving a speech and you're not the one giving the speech, maybe you're in the back and you're reacting and you're nodding your head or shaking your head, but just being in that moment and being a good actor, you just have to be on. You have to be present in the moment, and that's one of the lovely parts about being an actor and being on stage. All right. So I know that we don't have a final performance to show off to your parents and to other classmates, but thank you so much for taking the time out to learn about drama with me. I want you to think about a few different things as we end our time together. First off, what did you learn in drama? Don't have to tell me, obviously, or write it down. Or you can write it down, that might help. What did you learn from drama? What did you like about drama class? And finally, what would you change about drama class? Think about those things. You know, I learned a lot in theater growing up. I learned how to work as a team, how to communicate my feelings, how to adjust how I was acting with how I was feeling to match those things, just how to communicate and work together, get feedback, because you're always going to get constructive feedback from people that you work with. That's just it's a part of life. And learning how to present things and how to perform is really useful, I think, especially, as you get older and you're in school and you're presenting your projects and telling stories. That all becomes really important as you grow up. I think I mentioned this the first day of class, but when you go into a job interview, no matter what it is, you may not want to be an actor, not sure, but no matter what it is that you want to do, whether you want to be an electrician or a plumber or a rapper or, mathematician, whether you want to be, an esthetician or you want to be a barber, and you want to work in a salon, like, you have to learn how to connect with people and work in teams and communicate and tell stories. All really important. So I hope that you took something away from this class. And again, I'm sorry that we didn't get to work together and get to know each other. I think it would have been really fun. But I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you have a good summer and that you get some sun. On the count of 3, let's say drama class. 1, 2, 3. Drama class.